All right, guys, welcome back to another Power Up Monday with your host, me, Keith Thomas, and also the CEO of TBD Vision, which is a studio. So we're looking for models and many things. We got one model right here, and a celebrity chef, my brother Gary. Man, he's been doing a lot of great things. He's been powering me up for a long time. So I'm amped to be actually talking to you about some of the things that you're getting into. And I've seen you grow, so I want to show the world that, you're that positive guy. So as a celebrity chef and a model, what are some of the things that you had to do to step out on faith for the people that, need that inspiration for this Monday?
Well, you know what, I think one of the biggest things I had to do was step out on faith with focus.
Right.
I had to get rid of a lot of distractions. And when I say distractions, I mean those people that basically are not believing in you. They are not feeding your drive to what you want to do. You got a vision, you tell your vision, but when you tell this vision, people don't see it the way you see it. They just don't understand it.
Right.
I mean, coming into business on your own, photographer, media, the vision that you have, people really don't adapt to if they don't know anything about it.
Right.
So I had to get rid of the distractions. That way I can show you better than I can tell you.
And actually, that was a great point and leeway into what I was telling. As a creator and early in your career, you get frustrated with the idea of that the support may be lacking when you think about these things, these great things that you want to do. But one thing we always have to focus on is that sometimes you're like a one of a kind. You might be the artist out of the family, and they might not even understand how to support you. So you have to look outside of that, because the world, as an artist, you're doing things to affect the world. So you have to go outside of that circle to grow what your creativity is. Because when you see other professionals just like you, it inspires you to be better. You know what I mean? Because what you think is great, sometimes you see somebody, you be like, yo, that was how I need to step my game up. And that's what you have to do. You're not going to get that necessarily in your house. Some people are like my kids now, they're growing up in a creative household, but I didn't necessarily grow up that way.
Right. And, one of the other things is basically a couple of years back, meeting up with Devonna May of Belladonna, Prima Donna.
Right. This is his team, where he does a lot of work with modeling wise. And a chef. You're a chef for them too.
Right,
as well,
private
right?
chef. And mainly that's what I try to stick to, is the private chef world. And I'll get to that where the modeling came in. But, with Devonna May, she asked me to come out 2 years ago and do a networking event for a luxury fashion show. I really never knew anything about fashion, models, what they did, where photographers came in at, nothing.
Right.
But she used the word free when she told me to come and do it. I wasn't really keen on networking either, how networking worked. Definitely I was using social media wrong, incorrectly. So basically...
what is the correct way, just for people that's trying to get out there, what is the correct way to doing that? Just a brief... just basically promote your brand. Whatever it is that you're doing that you want other people to network off, meaning that basically whatever they can use that you are providing, network that. I made a left on Main Street, I'm about to go kick it with my boy Jay, or none of that matters. It's your personal life, keep your personal life separate, and basically just focus on your brand and how you're gonna network it. Who else needs this? Who else? So you get on social media and you don't delete the people out of your life. You just basically just move them to a following section, because that's all they're doing anyway. They're just following you. So basically you bring in people that you're networking with, that models, photography. I fell in love with the fashion industry because the fashion industry fell in love with me. Right.
So that's what I did. Who knew that fashion models, well, that's the difference. Fashion runway models and swimsuit models and just regular day, models, they eat different. They eat differently. You might have fashion runway models who are just eating grapes and salad, one bottle of water. Right. And that's a true statement. Then you have, swimsuit models that can eat everything. But the job for me is to count the calories, portion control. And I learned in Vegas with models running around the house, they're shooting all day. Their main focus is getting their shots in.
Right.
You know, it might be 6 photographers, there might be 12 models. So that's 12 to 6. And, you know, each photographer want to have someone in front of them.
Right.
So basically the models are scrambling to change and get those shots. So they're not eating.
Right, and you know, I as a photographer know a little bit about that. You might be shooting 1,000 shots on a model. So, and also you're using that to promote yourself when you go back home. So you go to these events and you know you want to showcase that, whether you have a studio like mine or you're just out there freelancing. You know, so they really want to get that in while they spent their money. But if it was Chef, you know, Chef Gary here, you know, obviously is keeping them in there. We discussed something that I actually started to experience, I think, during Thanksgiving. I realized I was filling my plate up. I was like, I just want to taste everything, but my eyes were bigger than my stomach. So I was like, yo, if I get a little bit of something, everything, I'm going to be able to experience everything, but I ain't going to be, you know, just throwing things away. So that's kind of what you will do, you know, give them portions. That's kind of what you're talking about.
And then that way you can eat all day.
Right.
And that's the whole point. Like if you ever go out to a 6-course meal,
right,
the little portions are for a reason because you're eating 6 courses. So it's an experience, first of all, and everything in comparison with food. Like this matches, and you're gonna put mango with the chicken. You want the experience of the mango, the season of the chicken, and if it's quinoa with it, you know, really as a black chef, I'm bringing, you know, the soul.
Now that made me smile a little bit.
I'm bringing the soul to these things that a lot of African Americans normally wouldn't eat.
Right.
Okay. So basically, that's what they're missing when they see like the quinoa on the plate, and then you have, you know, your fish, and your green beans or whatever, and it's all separated and it looks beautiful on a plate. But at the same time, you know, the experience is when you taste it at 165 degrees, not when it's cold and you're taking pictures of it. I'd rather not put food up that people are going to take pictures with and just want to sit there and not eat it, and everybody's taking pictures and it's cold. When it gets cold, the flavor is completely different.
Well, I have to tell you now, Chef Gary here. Man, I mean, I seen some of his food, and I tasted some of his food because, you know, we're family. We go out there. I done tasted some of the food in a different way, but I see some of it, like, visually, you know, as a chef. I think you become an artist when you become at your level of artistry, you know. So that, because when I be looking at the picture, I'm like, yo, you know, it's not a lot, but I'm like, it's an experience. The experience of tasting the food and every flavor that you put out there. And you've been doing it for how long now?
Oh, man. So I want to say 27 years. I graduated culinary school in '97, Johnson & Wales University in Providence, Rhode Island. And I was cooking 2 years prior to going to school. I think that I came out with the concept of cooking, basically having the you know, the terminologies and things down. Culinary school basically teaches you French.
Right.
In so many words. I mean, everything you do in the kitchen is in French. You're cutting, you know, sauces and so forth. But then you come out and you learn to be an artist. And to me, my plate, doesn't matter what color it is, what size it is, it becomes a canvas to me. So I visualize how I'm gonna put things on a plate before even putting them on there, because once you get it on there, you can remove it and start all over again.
Right.
But who wants to do that? So basically, you just start to build on a plate as you would in any other art, you know. So
yeah, and using the colors and things. I mean, that's what I see. You know, that you use like bright colors and things that I feel like is very attractive. But I want to thank you for joining us. And listen, we about to get that photo shoot on, because we don't just do that on our Monday. We're gonna pump it up. And we're not gonna just talk about artistry. We're actually gonna practice it. So you're gonna see some of Gary photos and things that we're gonna shoot here at TBD Vision Studios. You know.
Can I just touch on the modeling thing real quick?
Go ahead.
So, you know, as he said, chef and model. It wasn't my plan to do anything with photography, even using the word model at all, until I went to Nevada, and LaToya Love just saw something completely different. And, you know, she woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and was like, oh, well, you're about to come and climb this mountain.
Right.
I had already heard someone tell her the day before that, you know, I don't think it's a good idea that they climb this mountain. It really didn't pay any, I didn't pay any attention to it because it had nothing to do with me. But she told me, she was like, just tighten it up. The chef jackets, tighten it up, tighten everything up.
Right.
And you belong in front of this camera. And the confidence that came after the mountain, after seeing myself in pictures, and
that's really just stepping out there. Once again, stepping out there on that faith and being around the right positive people will elevate you to step up, you know, and that, you know, we always search for that, and that's things that we all continue to search for. So, I mean, that's great. That's wonderful, man.
We touched on it before. Strangers, perfect strangers, will come and get you and support you.
Absolutely true.
It takes a stranger to come out of nowhere and see your ability to do art, you know, to basically network in a different way, a way you've never networked before, and that's it. So basically, this is where I'm at right now. I'm enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying being able to make people happy by putting food in front of them, or if not, just myself. You know?
Right.
So they say you can tell a lot about a person from their shoes. You know, if I was a chef that had a dirty jacket on every day, you can basically tell what type of chef I am. I wear a white jacket almost every day without an apron, or even with an apron. That apron must also stay clean too, stay sharp. So I got to carry myself the same exact way outside of the kitchen in my everyday life. You look sharp, that means basically your art is sharp.
Message. So yeah, you heard it. You heard it from Chef Gary and Celebrity Model right here. We're going to be out here. We're not over yet. We're going to be shooting. I'm taking this camera. We're going to go and do what we do here. And listen, we also going to chop it up and see where we can take his career here at TBD Vision for his help. And he has a crew there, so we're not trying to take that away, but we're trying to always enhance each other as we go on a journey. All right, thanks again. Hey, another Monday. We're going to grind it out, family.
Try to start again.